Hello and welcome to today's edition of Unique Online Broadcast. And this is a new program where they meet you every week. We name what you think you know. Inside today's broadcast, we look at issues that we get for do around with the Western area rural district, and we talk on the council mainly. For help me discuss this particular program today, I get people them inside this studio where we all can talk on waiting at the responsibility of council. And one of the people them way I get na my studio, it happen for be a human rights activist and also the advocate for women them, and also it happen for be the executive director for women's advocacy and agricultural development organization we would call WAADO. And this person is no less a person but now Madam Doris Fatima Weber, as people they call him. And the other person we get in the studio way for help me for discuss this topic. Now, another vibrant individual we done in civil society activists for the past years in the Western area who are district, and also now a district coordinator for campaign for good governance, and I'm for be the chairman for Western area who are district civil society forum when our WARDCiSoF. We not to any other person but now Mr. Mohammed Salim Conte. Una all too welcome to today's broadcast of Unique Online TV. Madam Doris Weber, I will start with you directly as far as this program is concerned. And the look at the Western area rural district council irresponsibility and all. And just yesterday, they may don't get the sitting and we get things that we can talk on, waiting about the outcome challenges and all. But as far as the district is concerned, what we feel say that the responsibility of the Western area rural district council na the district?
Thank you very much. Firstly, I want to say thank you for me. You bring me come inside Unique Online TV. Well, I think to say, I just want to draw people the attention for say, after the local government be don't die out na salon for over 30 years. In 2004, we resurrect back, we beget the council the local government council will be established across the district. And we get we own Western area rural district council will be happen for be one of the youngest council at that time. I call them youngest because we districts initially we get 4 district council, but like I say, after the resurrection of the local government, we get the amalgamation of them 4 council layer we give the Western area rural district council, and now we get we council where one part in major function now for play oversight role for make sure say they oversee development them where they come inside the districts so that the districts go benefits for the development them way is supposed to get.
Okay. Having said that, go draw me come to you, Mr. Salim Conte. And looking at the districts and all the other districts way Madam Weber don't mention, who side the Western area rural district council cover as far as the operation is concerned?
Since Madam they try for talk about the de-amalgamation way, they don't do way the full geopolitical war they be don't already established, then they bring them come together for now we get the Western area rural district council. We range from Godrich, we are in the we at the York ward, and then we come to Kuya, we come Waterloo, we come the mountain. These are the areas that we with the Western area rural district council cover for do the operations as they responsible for service delivery. In as much as we talk about the decentralization, now a political reform wherein we the CC the citizen will take ownership of decision making, and then the influence also then decision. This is why this is the meaning for why we they think about the decentralization, because the citizen the development for coming at the doorstep, and also those members of councils when a councillors then for the day and the domain of the citizen we are in then get access for ask them questions, and those questions to be answered by then councillors then So I think say if they ask for the range and the coverage of the Western Area Rural District Council, then for geopolitical ward there, and then inside there where the Western Area Rural District Council cover.
Okay. Having said that, you talk about decentralization, and waiting you dey try for explain here. Would I dey inside council where then the run council as the district council?
Well, the inside the council, you get the political wing and you get the administrative wing. The political wing wherein you get the chairman, the deputy, and the councillors. The administrative wing, you get the CA, the chief administrator, the deputy, and core other staffs them. Then you get the devolved staffs where they decentralize from the central government, from various MDAs, wherein you get the health, where you get the DMO, the district medical officer, you get education, you get the deputy director for education, you get agriculture, you get water, you get environment, you get you get education. Some of these there are 14 actually where they don't devolve. Wherein if I don't be 58, where then for don't devolve, but all of that the government also hold on some of the devolved functions the way it's supposed to come to council, knowing say well some of these functions being devolved to council, maybe they don't take all the kind of responsibility. And the decentralization is about the political will in terms of devolving this function. These functions will be carried out by the council, and council charged with the responsibility for provide services to effective services to the citizens there. So in the political will, they try for turning down if they see say some of them think yeah, all the developments come to council, thinking say because the council itself is non-partisan, is a partisan. Because if it be non-partisan, maybe then go get that will. But since it's na partisan, a basis of the council, then go they begin to try for ring round around. Then thinking say if we do this because like they will see now APC dominated. If developments come in, then we'll begin to point at the council saying that they do this. So we get some of the problems inside the 2004 Local Government Act, which we suppose for them they look at and say the broader perspective say na development, na the country one for develop each corner of this country, seeing that say the citizen they get the required development the way they necessarily need for get. So if they look at them, some of them stuff, then they all even the devolved staff, then they in a council, you go see that say these staffs also then allegiances they to the MDs the way they send them at the council, then rather send them reports of activities to the MDAs the way they send them, which of course then supposed for them the reports to the council itself. Council look at them and the council take decision, because the council now the highest political authority as enshrined inside the 2004 Local Government Act. We necessarily need for pay more premium in the council in terms of development. But if then things they are also they happen that this they hinder the development of the councils. Okay.
Madam Weber, you know one possible don't in advocacy, and you know council better, and I'm very much sure you offer with the activities then. Council can get sittings where I believe say in those sittings, therefore they invite the common person and other stakeholders then for the part of them sitting, and of recent then just don't get another sitting. Waiting now been the outcome of that sitting day, because you know possibly attend the sittings.
Thank you very much. Well, of course, yesterday, when be the 1st of June, the council ordinary sitting will take place at the council conference hall, and ABB a council with a difference, a sitting with a difference. Why make us say so? Because we observe at the council meeting, then we invite some Ward Development Committee members, then we invite some other members of the public, CSOs, then we did the media houses, then we did the, and so to me, I see like the council meeting yesterday now one of the best council sitting we I don't ever attend. The reason being, I see a lot of issues were emerged from the council meeting. As the councillors then they articulate issues related to the development of this district. See how the chairman of the council be taking time for respond to each and every question posed by the councillors. It will reach a time where the council be even extend I would say olive branch to the Ward Development Committee members then say raise up some issues where they happen within their localities, and to even we CSOs them we be get time for WAADCisof make inputs towards the sitting yesterday. And so we see say, like I said, the issues then come out, and we begin for observed as CSOs for say challenges day na the council, huge challenge day na the council where they hinder the development of the Western Area Rural District.
So, in your observation and in your statement, you go for highlight some of them challenges there so that viewers and listeners go understand exactly within the district they face as far as the council is concerned.
One pan the challenge gets for do with the school bus. The school bus, according to waiting we hear from the council meeting, the bus don't park for something like 2 to 3 weeks and not a run. And as the chairman continue for probe further, where it be there on the high table together with the deputy chief administrator, we be also get for understand say from January to May of 2022, not only 5 million leons able raised for them bus there, so they run one. And so the question, we go back to the deputy chief administrator for making explain why 5 million leons. Well, the deputy chief administrator be responsive. He want for make correction. Firstly, not to 5 buses them be the run. Now only 3, the 2 buses them be the garage. And questions then be posed at the deputy chief administrator. Say, okay, if now 3 buses in the run, let we say at least 250,000 leons per day times 3 buses per day times 1 week times 5 months. Almost time they go give you. Then the thing we baffle everybody in the hall yesterday. Now where the chairman be pronounced say, he gets a request for make he sign a check of 73 million leons, where then they ask for fuel for them buses there. So everybody begin marvel na the hall, all man they turn they looking safe. If inside 5 months, una give 5 million leons for 3 bus, then una they demand 73 million leons for buy fuel for them buses there. So I mean, what if we they do? So you go begin look at and say, even though them buses there, government send them for enhance the picking and schooling, where we all know say government in flagship program na education. To me, I see and say the issue of them buses there na the Western Area Rural District Council, it they undermine the government in flagship program. That's now one. Okay. And secondly, you go begin for things say, me where they tie in particular self, you go know it's in a profit and loss. Yeah, even though where the boss say they look at and say not for make profit. But if you give say 5 million and come out for 5 months, then you they ask for 73 million for fuel. I mean, reasonable enough. That's not one. And so the chairman be establish and say a committee for the way for look into them bosses they need a matter within 72 hours and give reports. That's now one. Second major challenge what we noticed by the council sitting or we come up. In fact, me and one person will be bring down the up now that the council hour is dormant.
Wait, what you say council hour? What's in the name?
Yes, the council gets MOU with radio stations them, where they suppose for the use as council hour, where councillors them for make use of, what development committees them for make use of, even devolve staff them, you know, the MDS them for make use of like the IEC officer of council for make use of that council hours they even we serve as CSOs them if we get thing them where we want for discuss maybe when of emergency even though we get with civil society hour we can lobby the council for letting help we access the council hour but we don't find out say the council hour in order that functionable. And because of that, people in the starve of information at the district. And when people in starve of information, obviously people then go talk things that were not correct. And the morning, if you tune to the community radios, you hear a lot of things them where people then they talk, where most of the things that when they talk, not to think that were correct for the council. And so, if the councillors them, if the Ward Development Committee members them, other devolved staffs them, the IEC them, they make use of the council hour appropriately. I mean, I think to say it will be space for them where they go informed the community people them well enough and then go educate them as well. But just because that gap they like I say, the districts, the staff of information.
Okay.
As required.
Okay. The district, the staff of information. Indeed, if it don't be good, we get the IEC officer. But now somebody we invite, we send them an invitation. In response to the invitation, to the 9 minutes, he been promised he go come and be part of the discussion. But unfortunately, as the discussion they go on now, he's yet to show show up for be part of the discussion. Now, you being a civil society activist and you don't stay in the district as well and you know possibly don't they attend council sittings. This last sitting where council gets, we may for understand say in terms of attendance, this is now one of the best council sitting where they never get. I think out of 27 councillors then now 18 attend, right? And we get 45 wards, right? And we get civil society with them attend this particular meeting as well. But the question we have for post to you now this. We find out say council they blame Iboku on council. Like the last time we tried to call council for the marketing issue, but we never forget any positive response from council for them Tewi waiting for Tewi. And now Madam Doris don't mention as a council gets council hour we they make use of the radio station for inform the people them. Now waiting na the deposition of the money or the revenue way council they raise at the district. And now we don't read the challenges for the bosses them way government don't provide for the Pekin for go school. And council they collect money from house owners, traders, petty traders and all. What have been the status of the outcome of all those collections where council they make from the people in the western area rural district?
First to start, I want to give first one the challenges the way they na council where sometimes where they make they not be able harness revenue mobilization at the district. You see, there is a complete deficit capacity in councillors. Not that some of them no, they're not educate, they educate. Some of them get degree holders, some of them are masters, then get. But deficit in the sense, these councillors. The roles and responsibility, one key one now for serve as an oversight body in terms of the development plan where they don't develop, foresee the full implementation of them plans in there, and also for able look at how the rates then they generate income from the council and how then they expend their money there. And this is the council we are in, time out. We don't they ask the council for provide the financial the financial statements. We are in go show how much money they come to council for the month and how they expend their money there. This is not forthcoming because it enshrined inside the 2004 Local Government Act. Say, therefore, they post them information and they notice board them all over the worlds, then 27 worlds, so that citizens will able to understand how much money they come and how they spend them. Then also post inside them billboards and the minutes them, the minutes the way then they hold as a session at the council. But here is the council we are in, they're not able to hold even the core staff them for made them call them yesterday to meeting, made them come to the meeting, they're not able to come for show up at the meeting for cautioning. So it shows that like the core staff, so much they important, so much they powerful in council than the councillors. Because the council is just having like the parliament. When the parliament have a oversight committee, when the minister or MD gets a problem, then they call the MD in a parliament, then for cautioning. This is how also council for do. But you know they see them thing in this. So the revenue mobilization first before then contract some institution for collect revenue. When their revenue and they at the end till of their collection and they not able to show up to they not able to reach the benchmarks then. And the council therefore lost a huge amount of money. And here is a councillor also the council also not able to set the administrative settings of how then they collect money. Yesterday a councillor the report say in Godrich you get 3 types of market dues where then they collect 3 different types. All of this then they say, well, what should we they do? I think say now we then transfer them, and even when they transfer them for even Canada Council, you are looking in the administrative setup. There is a problem there because the administrative will also control those people the way then they on the administrative, and the council are not able to track for see that say we are running at a loss, and those at this admin then they permanently either then transfer them or then promote them. You as councillor therefore go to the public also for let you go vote. But here is the council also the revenue as they be close with them because now we responsibility for attending meetings also now for asking questions they answer we with their own source revenue they able don't make schools with them like the one Basaton you go na that Godrich area they build one day they can do some other Class A markets and some of the wards them. So with this is a bravo to we own council because other councils go see the own source revenue then do with anything. But this council then they on that Friday. But only that the roles of councillors also been forgotten by the councillors for letting know able all even the devolved staff for let them attend meetings of council for questioning. They call them. They cannot be able to call them. They call them to meeting and until and unless they use that oversight work duty responsibility go to the education and try for see how the money where council where the central government send to you how you utilize them how you they do them go to health the money the drugs the way they send how una distribute how una they do what did happen go to the public get ward committee meetings where in the public also tell you what are the challenges what how they face na education, what are the challenges what they face na health, what are the challenges what they face na agriculture, what are the challenges in different aspects of them social livelihood thing. So if then thing and they actually happen, you say get them pile things and as the colleague here rightly they say the sitting is the best sitting. You see in a high turnout of citizen. You see a citizen of 45 attend the council meeting, which of the 45 then you see women them also come in attendance in 15 number. It's a boost because this now what we expect the council at any sitting you get citizen then come inside. Although it didn't at the 2004 Local Government Act that and nobody know for talk when council the proceedings they on, but here is a chairman we also able to call to the people. He give the people their space, then he ask questions, then they answer them, then they proceed further with the agenda. Then to be surprised also the councillors then when need for go sit and articulate issues of development within the ward, you see say you see about 15 of them absent, where they're not able to come to the council, and the devolved staff you only get out of the 14 that 4 just go attend the meeting, and those 4 they call them call upon call. It's like they are not taking council and the development on the district as a very much important in terms of development. And these people them now then do a concerted effort wherein government they transfer funds for the western area rural districts for let the development come to the doorsteps of the people, and all those devolved staff no one for be answerable to also the councillors. Take them say so supreme pay allegiances to the MDAs they will send the Naya for accountability, which is very wrong according to the 2004 Local Government Act and according to the policy itself. Then suppose for the work with the council, give detailed information to the chairman and the council itself, because each and everything where the councillors and they talk na the council meetings na prima facie na to nobody know for change them, that is rigid and is strong, therefore do the implementation. You know, this development plan where also then they develop my council, now till where for the trend, let them go they also the watch. Okay. How will they go about this development plan and how will they do the implementation? Okay,
I'll for only the bring it back to 1 or 2 statements we make we get for do with attendance from the devolved staff and the councillors. These devolved staff now political appointment or now select them and bring them inside, because if somebody they get responsibility, they make carelessness over a responsibility, meaning the person show off who come or who match. So how then do come inside the council?
Well, based on the decentralization, when you decentralize, you get for also devolve the functions and the fiscal to the council so that they go get the first hand for work. So then get the technical person where they come out from that particular ministry for council per se, and you know go just devolve the one of the directors or deputy director. You get for also devolve the finance person, the M&E person as a unit inside the ministry, so that then we can able carry on the work where they're supposed to do, because the councillors they are just there for take decision and then do the development plan so that then we're able to implement and then monitor on the implementation then they where the MDs then they do within the site. So this is the gap inside the 2004 Local Government Act. If at all those devolved staffs we are devolved in the councils, then for the allegiances they're answerable to the council. And those, if you not able to carry out your responsibility, I think the council will fire you. Yeah, because if that is the case, but now they are looking, say, they just devolve in this council, we answerable to a ministry, we send we Naya. So even if we commit, maybe whether they change we or then transfer we or then promote we, you know, it makes the work so elaborate, you know, go able to get the impact actually where the decentralization they required for. Okay. So in as much as this, we need like where then they try for review the 2004 Local Government Act. All of these things I made and try for culture inside made and see there is a workable, and those devolved staff made them think say, made them take and say na the council responsible for them. In fact, to me they need for higher, or if they even they know higher, where they don't transfer you there, all you work where you for do na council supposed for regulate you and supervise you which you for do.
Okay. Madam Weber, I they bring you in again for the one of the responsibilities of the council where to me sometimes I can become angry about it. It has to do with the market. And we may understand say people are paying from the market to the council, and the council in responsibility for provide market for the market people, and you being a woman and you get into women affairs so much. What's in some of the things then where you bring, if for any reason you bring up such a question from the sitting yesterday, and what thing would be you take as far as council and the market is concerned?
Council and the market. The market projects we don't start after a huge amount of tussle, if I can put it that way there, from the traders and the other key stakeholders them. But after a series of meetings, engagements of key stakeholders in trade, we be see the project be start. But unfortunately, this project supposed to be a 6 month project, and now it don't take 11 months. The project not able get the kind face where it's supposed for them get. In fact, the councillor of the ward outside the council day and the market day, they began for bring them out yesterday at the meeting, say out of in monitoring and findings, they began for note that the contractor not gets better workman them, and that's done the delay. Okay. And fine, we are now gradually moving into the thick of the rains. Okay. And we all see how the water can deal with this waterlogged market. For lady projects, though be stunted somehow, fine for we all. Because one, now, it don't pose more challenge for the traders them. We see the traders them, more of them, they out in the streets, they sell. Even where you serve the worker for go market, they able to get better side for worker, but you begin jump on top the market, you begin push, and if you mistake touch the market, then go after you. But the bottom line is, this is a contract where don't be awarded to a contractor. So we serve, they don't hang it together as CSOs them for say, we go get for engage with the chairman, we go get for engage the chief administrator, because we serve be they play that role day during the term where this toss will be there between the council and the traders them for later and demolish some of their structures then they for start the market project. But fortunately for we, like I say, yesterday it began for come out from the councillor when I ended at the ward outside the project they go on. So the chairman be note am and he be promised na the meeting say the council go send call the contractor for let them self do a further findings for no waiting they delay the project that much. But I want for add to waiting my chairman say Salim. We dey look at challenges in revenue mobilization. Of course, he highlights one. We get for come out from one of the councillors them na Godrich. They talk about leakages. And for with these streets, leakages don't they make with a lost huge amount of money. We all know say Godrich now one area where we don't face challenge in terms of market area, where because of proper market system not day, then self the traders then they suffer. So now if a councillor they can report in a council meeting say in don't see 3 different tickets them where they go around where then they collect dues with. You go on for ask yourself, say, why 3 tickets? But me, some couple of years back, my organization, they don't do taxation sensitization at that Godrich area day. One of the issues the way they come out, now that most of the traders then they use the frontage of people and private property. And so when months done, then they pay to them people and they instead of them pay to the council. So this now one challenge we make, we they look at and say, yes, it go fine for lay the council go all out for make the traders then get a market, so that when once they get a market, they will avoid people in frontage and all the payments will come towards the council. That's now one. Another thing now that it talk about the oversights when not too proper in the area of the councillors then. Like we say, the councillors them for the monitor projects them where they out na the streets, na the communities, together with the ward development committees. But because there is gap in that monitoring, now some of the wards, not all, because from the council meeting, honestly, you go see councillors them where they go all out for take up issues, for articulate the issues, for make sure say issues of the ward they come to the council. Not to the all. You get very few where very, very good at that. And like they say, we get 27 councillors them. We make up the 27 wards. Yesterday, 18 be able to attend the council sitting. Few, of course, we are aware of be there on some other assignments. The others, we don't know why make them not attend. But again, we still look at the challenges. One thing again, we come out from the council meeting now that the district is dirty.
Okay. I want for all you day a bit, and members say you dey watch Unique Online TV, and this is the program What You Think You Know. We dey go for a short break, and when we come back, we go continue.
You are watching Unique Online TV. We are broadcasting from WAADO, Western Area Royal District Headquarter Town. And we are commercial online TV. We do coverage of news, interviews, and programs such as marriage, naming ceremonies, workshops, documentaries, advertisements, etc., etc. You can reach us at 31 Main Motor Road, WAADO, as seen on the screen, or call us on 077-217-279 or 076-487-911, or email us at uonlinetv001@gmail.com. You are watching Unique Online TV.
Welcome back. I see the watch Unique Online TV, and this is the program What You Think You Know. Members say we don't discuss from the last meeting we council long get, and we don't talk about different issues and challenges and all. And initially, I've been stopped, Madam Weber, we want for talk about the dirty business na the district as far as the council responsibility concerned. And we go continue the program from there. And me, when they make you watch this program, my name na Mustafa Fofana. Madam Weber, I will continue again with you because you mentioned about dirty business, and dirty na one sector where the council gets a body way responsible for that. If you go na street now, the marketplace, even the bomber who said in the deposit the dirty, they come in a street of late, pass them go take machine again and come push them. You know, if you say from all these things where they happen, a big blow to the council minus all the good things where they do, people no go see that?
Yes, now a big blow. But again, like I say, a lot of issues that emerged yesterday. From the waste management side, we began for land say one, the manpower not that much, meaning the workman them for manned the affairs of waste management across the districts, they're not that much. Secondly, we began for land from the waste management officer say from last year October, they not receive money from central government, and for something like 5 months now, they not even get salary. So for lay, you get the young man them where they take that risk for handle that waste day. I mean, it gets a huge challenge. So the waste handlers them, like I said, they're not that much, and challenge they because the enablers them even no day wait for make they able to do the work how they supposed to do one. So that again na challenge, you know. And again, to we the community people them. We see how people learn not they take care of the environment in terms of dirty. Because for heaven's sake, me no go there na me compound, I gather me dirty, instead of I go fence side for dump am, or I find one bobo where I will give something 2,000 go throw away for me, or I get a compost fence na me compound, I take that dirty, I go to where na the highway. Some of the community people them again not they help the situation, the way and manner how then they handle the dirty business na the various environments them. So I think the chairman be even talk na the meeting say at some point na them be get for lent money to the waste management department for let they able for augment some of them salaries they are, and it be a talk and say then they look if then go able for raise some amount of money, let them see how then go able for do massive cleaning last Saturday in June, because it entails money. But he say if they able for get money, then go able for see how then go able for do the last Saturday cleaning. Of course, the cleaning not way don't they come up often and again. Most times when the chairman they in a radio, because the chairman na one person where most times in the radio. Not just the councillors there, the World Development Committee members there, the IEC will not see them so na radio. But the chairman most times they come on radio, he respond to issues them where they come from the public. And so I think to say the area of the dirty, we serve as community people foresee how we go take care of our environment, because we are now in June, July, August. We all know say during the rains we can get cholera breakouts at some point. We can get the rombele business. So everybody for take care of how it go able for manage in dirty, apart from waiting the council to do. Okay.
Members say they watch Unique Online TV with the broadcast all the way from Waterloo, and this is your program, What You Think You Know. And Mr. Conte, and it's rather unfortunate that we not get the IEC officer here, because we invite him and he accept the invitation and say he will come, follow, come discuss, but unfortunately he not show up. During the council sitting, council will make any budget hearing? If yes, what's in the budget status, and if no, why?
Well, I don't think I don't get any budget hearing. It's about, you know, at each and every sitting they forget the finance statement, financial statements where they will present in the council, and council look at them and scrutinize them for see how the revenue they come and how then they expend them. So, but the FO not been in a council yesterday, so they not be able to go detail. The chairman just speak within the boss they do, and within then they provide. And also it been say in a challenge for them. We then say for Lagos sign a check of 73 million for fuel, because them bosses then some they pay 400, some they pay 350, some they pay 250. That's kind minimum way how the distance they for the beginning, so that they may get that kind of a recovery cost, so that the boss and we will make sure. But then get a trade chairperson, we transport chairperson a council, we they also supposed for monitor them bosses there as to how then they operate. Before the chairman say they may get the police the way they take responsibility for do conducting, collecting this money from the bosses, where the boss and they do very well. And them bosses then they waiting them they don't do they intend for one meeting where you talk and clearly say they don't get money for buy another 2 bus for Adam for them bosses then they, and in no more as the Western Area Rural District Council don't able to do that one, they way they save that kind of money where the boss then don't work. But unfortunately they can't change them, put the police away, they do the conductor, then say the driver then they for do the thing. Now he said the boss then don't park, some 2 bus don't park, where you know nobody not tell her why the boss then park. And then boss they are where they run now for 5 good months, then don't then they run now just 5 million for heaven's sake. And them boss and they if the DCA say now 250,000 the bosses then pay in 3, so they don't get 750. If they calculate that money the money more than waiting then can deposit it now in day. So it means nobody know the way they track what the boss they do and what not the boss not they do. So it's a big question to the administrative sector because they don't take the leadership and responsible for the financial aspect of each and every department we necessarily need for this revenue. But in this case, you see, you can present particular financial statements to the council where you will develop the document in order for able analyze that document and for answer question to you councillors them. You know, it's a devious act. They know they take councillors them very serious. But to me, yesterday I also reflect back the question to the councillors that if una really do una work, una go see where the MDAs and the devolved staff, then they fear una, then they take and say, una they do something very serious. Because each and everything, una do letter to the councillors then. Before the time they reach, he go prepare himself for can face the council. But if you don't know more, maybe what they can discuss in the council, whether they talk this and they go talk that one day. Now we get a unique thing where they can discuss in the council for the particular session where they come. These people they can talk about the education and the education what they do. We don't find out say that malpractice then they do. So they can put on panel they bring and come. So when they call any MDA for the council sitting, it go begin and get say, hey, I go face in councillors them. Then go questions the way then they go ask me. But here is the case. Even yesterday, at the 11th hour, I didn't get the minutes and other documents the way they for go talk discuss with the council. So all the one day, it's rather unfortunate for them thing and they because the council how we go able to juxtapose them then document and if we're able to see what you go take in from them document and they and able to articulate issue. So just because they just take them quick then so that they all the CA getting on side of the story with a bigger problem also. Give these documents 7 days prior to the time when I get for commit so that the councillor go able energize the document and look at them proper. So where you go come, you go there in a very informed manner for ask question and articulate issues the way they really supposed for the talk na the council. But you see, if you look critically in the council between the political and the admin, there is an issue where they both of them they become so smart enough not to explain them, but when you see them, they see like say, but to me the working relationship is really not good.
So looking at that kind of conflict, because myself go look at and say we get the political wing and they'll get the administrative wing, and these two, of course, anybody can get in your interest. So what if you see the solution in order for bringing politics into development as far as the council is concerned? What if you say the trend we for use so that we don't get short conflict within the council?
But actually, in politics, we cannot shift politics all over in terms of development. Also, they work together. But what we want for any other thing, I think say any institution where they bring you come or where you can work for, or you take in the interest of voting you in for a particular district. I think say the district and development of them people in the now they don't sign contract with for they would deliver services to them people in the. But if them people in they also able deliver service to them, in turn you get for go meet them for vote for you in, and also you self where then they pay the taxpayers money for can't deliver to them, able to do that one day. You get for accounts in the day of judgment. Say you can't take money, you don't thief money to the people there, because as long as you're not able to deliver, you're not able to work together, because they need for see themselves eye and eye so that they work together, then bring development together. But if you take that kind of supremacy, me just understand in the council is this section we talk about the council is the highest political authority within a locality, and this concept I think say if you as the administrative officer you are there to supervise the chairman, bring in development in the community on the locality. But you should not be seen apart. It's like I'm the super, I'm supposed to control this, I'm supposed to do this. No, you need to work together. They need to work together so that then CC development come at the doorsteps of the people. Them. That's why they do the decentralization. Now I not get education business. I go pon free time for go meet the minister. Here is the minister in the western area. Where I meet me councillor. for let me discuss issues about education. The councillor in turn will take me to the DD and discuss the issues and they so that they go able harmonizing them in the not to the issue of also taking say I don't take this position but I cannot do the work they take me for. You know, it is also attending to the citizen and let the decentralization not turn to a burden to the citizen. Say they just can't give you burden also because the necessary development where they actually want for the sea, if they don't see them, is a problem. For instance, the social amenities the way the citizens the way they're supposed to forget. Looking at water, looking at health, looking at education, the only thing that they need for actually come like the doorsteps of the people that need to understand about all waiting they happen.
You mentioned taxpayers' money and the council they raise revenue from taxpayers' money, and there was a time where conflicts they as far as property rate collection concerned at the council, where initially traders be they control that, and then later then calling Shadin or so, and then we find out say they don't pull again come up from Shadin. I think the council want for take up again the responsibility for doing for himself. If we say there is so much necessity for it become owned by council or the need for invite a private body for do that kind of responsibility, although not get the IEC officer now today because you not honor the invitation. But if you say that make any kind of sense for C because they get so many challenges as far as property rates collection concerned.
Well, it depends. It vary actually for let you take a private institution for collect the revenue because this is the one where they contract the wire, then charge them, then give them price, and they agreed on that. Where they not able to reach to the expectation of the council. Where while you see the traders union, you be still like say they are local, but they be able to reach the benchmarks. Unless where they can give Shadina where they not able to reach the benchmarks. So council also try for say, no, it is we as councillors or the council or the political wing, they suffer because now we get for go meet with people and for tell them say they vote for we. If we not able to raise better money and for do something, now the district or the locality, what should they go do? So they want for test themselves. We serve they closely for monitor the system as to how the collection they take place. What makes the difference? If the difference be the gap between the amount where they may give Shadin for that and collect when they able reach and council label can raise to that kind of amount, and before now the CA they tell we it is encouraging how then they receive the turnout of the revenue where they gonna cancel as at now, unlike the time because yesterday back the chairman make a typical example. Let's go to areas that are really vulnerable. There we know say love go charge like this way. Madam Doris was then na sitting there any way of handling money, you see that kind way. So you go to that person where they tisana don't tisana you see waiting Doris they pay because it was fine, you know now I make her, you go collect that money there. So you look at a range, say okay, let's take a range like we collect 100,000 in that just area. At the end of the day, we'll be able to get them 5 billion or 50 billion, you know. So what you they collect rather than we tag, we look at they say then they begin balance, they not pay, then they this that. Then we look at we own locality and we set in and see how we able generate income there, which to me an idea where I buy.
So in Madam Weber, this is a big account to you again. What's in your own side on this particular context for the council raising revenue and the responsibility from revenue?
Firstly, before I answer for the revenue, I just want to add to what my colleagues say with regards the information for the council sitting. The Local Government Act says 7 days prior to the meeting, public for don't know, the councillors then for don't know. It be so disheartening, you know, where within at the meeting, councillors then begin say a day before the council sitting, now then get information, and in fact, some of them na WhatsApp group they see them. Some of them now way then they na the council sitting, then give them the minutes, and the chairman began for call for the correspondence between he and the deputy chief administrator, because the chief administrator not be there yesterday, he be busy on some assignment. Now the deputy na him be did one councillor began for read. It was on the 23rd of May the chairman be send a correspondent so that he go come back to the councillors them, and when he come to there, he go to the IEC officer, so he go reach out to the public. But unfortunately, that's not the happen. So like Salim they explained, for Le Fambule no say, this na some of the things the way they strain the council, where they make the council no they run according to how it get for run. Coming to the property rates, the revenue. Of course, council don't take over because like me if you demand notes where I receive now from council. Again, we want to look at leakages when then they outsource to other institutions then. And waiting, then they put where supposed to be the benchmarks or the threshold, they're not able to get them. To an extent, I think the council then a police with one or two of their institutions they are with them be outsourced to. And again, with the CSA, some volunteer them where either one way or the other, then we don't use them for go left demand notes. Then they go again in return for go collect the money. So one or two of them again don't then a police net. So this time around, like Salim say, council don't take over the property rates for now. And like he say, we they get some encouraging words from the chief administrator that some amount of money they come inside. You know, a really difficult for work with people inside the Western area rural districts. A really difficult. How people then they at this district, they not get love for this district. How then they extort these districts, you know. So for me, I want to see proactiveness on the side of the council. Because like I say, yesterday, for me, I be one of the best council sitting where I don't ever attend. Because I see the issues then come out. And I see the way how some of the councillors them and the chairman begin for handle the issues then they. So what do we go like for see moving forward? We want to see the councillors then play their oversight role.
Okay. Before we go moving forward, before we reach the end of this program, I would like for ask on our one question where when I will give on your own side of the answer. And one key thing we at the look at, you know, the council get a responsibility where some of we or the viewers or citizens or the indigenous of these districts not even know. They get for do it project implementation. And we may understand say the council gets some feeder rules project. It's a lot unfortunate to not get it IEC officer here today for them elaborate on the issues there. But if we say council they execute a responsibility well when it comes to project implementations, and one of them are then feeder roads then we at the CSA council no work with the people in well because there are so many rules that the who are district Wataloya where they demarcate they say them for can make them and I believe saying a council may get them project in the what's in your own side of that kind of project?
To me, I think because the council itself, the councillors, not to their responsibility for do implementation on the project. It's about them monitoring the implementation. Okay. They get a devolved staff, we are the engineer, we're responsible for do this road business. And this is one of the things yesterday also we come up at the meeting where some of the engineers, even SLRA, where they go do construction and then communities, then they know they even get in contact with the councillors. And it is also bad you do something at the councillor in ward, even with all the MDAs, even at the act say you for able inform the councillor where they tell and say now this what they can do, or the entity itself, the council, for say well, they can't do this now this district. But this not they happen. So for the issue of councillors implementing. Councillors are just there, then just there for do monitoring, for see that say then do the implementation. And when they want for disburse money, then go they make approval. Then the chairman and the CA go sign, then check, then pull money. And also the chairman so very much crafty. If you look at say the thing or what if for waiting one for then one for can do, they not go down. And this project implementation, this, as we say, from we starting off with discussion today, we say the oversight is the problem in the council. And also, I think say the need for finance these councillors in terms of visiting project sites so that they go able to monitor. And the Ward Development Committee, if these people then they are aware of these projects where they implement as Ward Committee members, because themselves, I think say they not get that kind of orientation. Say they're not there for pay them. Now a voluntary work where the councillor they do, and the councillor also instead of, you know, they know that they pay for salary, because now you for volunteer say I want to bring development in my locality, which is why you opt for be councillor, which is why also you opt for be a ward committee, and those sacrifices where you they make for let you locality develop. I think say that oversight, that monitoring and evaluation aspect they will have for take as citizen, as community people, for see that say where this thing they happen, this road now we own road and they can make, if they want make a short delay, I think say that we intervention for intervene they for monitor this person there, say what you are doing is not correct. So we go able to hold the person where they do that implementation they accountable to waiting if they do. So each and every activity will be they taking in the council, I think say the role of the councillors, they're actually the council in charge for bring effective and efficient service delivery to the people them. But then no day for implement. That's why all then developed staffs they are then send in a council, because then get the expertise as to how then they do them, then get the know-how, how then they do the skills, how then they do them. The councillor then they just they for the monitor and also monitor the development plan, how it merge with the national development plan, so that they will see that say this development, the money the way they send, they utilize them well for the good of the people.
So, Madam Doriseba, I will come to you with the same question. What thing are you side on implementing projects on council, and what thing you look at the project that we council, especially the road projects? You know, because you're looking at the Waterloo municipality, you go see so many roads where they don't dig for the past years, and nothing has been done towards that. What thing are you take on council in project implementation?
Yes, on the roads, it go fine for le Fambule no say. Some of the roads they are not there under council. Okay. Some of them are trunk roads. Okay. Some of them
where they say trunk roads, what do you mean?
Some of them road, like you mentioned of feeder road, yeah. Where now then small road where they get the kilometers the way they measure. Okay. Yeah. When are then small one them where they under council. Okay. Some they don't they under gentle. Okay. Where from I go say 2-3 years back, Gentle not be able to complete them. Yeah. We see Gentle don't come back, and we see the road projects and they go on. Mm-hmm. They don't start again inside Waterloo and some other communities outside central Waterloo, mm-hmm. where the road work don't start, mm-hmm. right? And they continue. One Pandy Road project we come out yesterday na the council meeting. I think na Councillor Alimatu Kamara in ward, mm-hmm. where we come to the notice of the chairman said they not start that road.
Now, which ward, which community?
I think it's around 6 Mile, but it gets to do with the Prince Alfred Road, but now on the 6 Mile axis okay. of the Prince Alfred Road. And chairman be said I think they don't pay part payments. They don't do part payments on that road day, and it became to the notice of the council yesterday, say they not start that road. The councillor Alima not be there, if we go attend one education program na Freetown, and not be there for let we get a detail. But again, like we will say, all these borders around playing oversight role from then councillors they are and the ward committee members. Because members say we get 27 wards, and then 27 wards. We get 9 plus the councillor when at the chairperson make 10 ward development committee. So where they give you 270, yeah, across the western area where districts. Okay. Tell me, my brother, if them people live in the ward committee members, when they get a stipend, Government they give them something. Even though it don't take some months, themselves not get them because all that come out at the meeting yesterday. But if only themselves they play their role where they're supposed to play, na the communities them. I mean, some of them that here we know go to get them. Again, the council gets the District Development Coordinating Committee, DDCC, Adede Mohamed Salim Dede, when at the Ministry of Planning, Ministry of Development and Economic Planning, now they established them committees then they across the country. This is the highest body for development in the district. So again, devolve MDS there, NGOs them, then they na that committee they where on a daily basis, whenever that committee they meet, then supposed to they give updates, we go make council able for track development in the district. But again, like I say, we they underscore oversight. Because we they get NGOs them, organizations the way they come into the western area where this is, can implement or not into the council. The way they go write beautiful reports on behalf of the western area rural district. A very, very bad. So like maybe they say moving forward, we want for call on the councillors. Even though like yesterday I they tell some of them say, una time now, una 11:45. Politically, you know, because they get something like 10 or 11 months now, you know, but made a step up in their oversights. Now then communities then, now they watch them, the Ward Development Committee members, they themselves do what they're supposed to do. We all, as community people, them, we get this district at heart. They will ensure that we do waiting we supposed to do because like Salim say, now your conscience is left to you in court. Okay. Because you get for Konani at the end of it all.
Okay. We then come to the hour mark of this program, Mr. Mohamed Salim Conte. And, you know, one person is still there into the work of civil society activism. And, you know, the problem of the Western Area Rural District. Now, in your closing statement, as a way forward, what would be your statement?
My statement, like my sister they talks yesterday at the laugh and way they talk. He say, una 11:45, una time already done. Like we they say, to me, I want to send back to the central government. This local government act, the amended one, we want for see, and waiting be the citizen they may put in for let them see waiting for look like. Now the local government act, I think say that go able set we in a very better place. And the policy, we want to see the policy because the policy set the basis of the act itself. So we want to see we are in the MDAs where then they devolve na council for let them see say then come they under the council. And these staffs not for be answerable to the MDs the way they send them. Then the other second thing we also want to see. Now we see say the CS them where they come, let them be also be open up with the chairpersons the way they can work. May they not be basic like a politician. You are coming as a civil servant. You are not coming like a politician. So if you come like a civil servant, you see say yes, this na act create me for let a car work here. Let you get the willingness for let you able work. I think say some of them few key things there now that we need for put together. We see the document itself work better for the implementation of council activities, and then the CSF they open up to the political wing so that they will work together. Okay,
thank you very much. Madam Doris Weber, the Iron Lady for Civil Society Business now, Western Area Rural District. Waiting will be your closing statement as a way forward as we don't get to the end of this program today.
Yeah, my closing statement as a way forward. Firstly, I want to inform Famule and say the much talked about wetland going down to the market on your left behind the petrol station, where rumor be they go on say na the chairman, na the council nine don't sell them. Well, yesterday a breaking news become where the chairman say a received letter from the IG say council for provide security for the people them Then they come for do a retaining wall. Retaining wall, I want we underline retaining wall. Because we all know say that particular side, na side where don't they bog, where they contribute to flooding for go down the market outside a culvert. So, chairman say he receive letter, say them people there where they come for that place so can pack that machine and he come do a retaining wall. But we go continue for monitor for see if the retaining wall, not just the retaining wall, or the retaining wall go call BN. And to the people of the district and viewers all over, I want to say the Western Area Rural Districts, we want to see is strategically positioned. Now that makes some of we the stake. I want to say this now the only Western Area Rural Districts where we get. And so now we all put we hands on deck for ensure that we districts capture the development needed and a day on the map as far as development is concerned. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you very much, Madam Doris Weber and Mr. Mohammed Salim Conte, Chairman, WARDCiSoF, Western Area Rural District Civil Society Forum. And remember, say this is a unique online TV with the broadcast all the way from Waterloo, and you can reach me on Facebook, www.facebook.com/uniqueonlinetv, www.youtube.com/uniqueonlinetv, www.linkedin.com/uniqueonlinetv, www.twitter.com/uniqueonlinetv. Subscribe and like and then share our page. Till we meet again, me where they make this program meet you, Mina Mustafa Fofana. Thank you.